So if you haven't watched it already, in my last video, I ranked every single season of LeBron James's illustrious career so far. You know what I'm saying? The King is still pushing strong in year 17. And, you know, I thought who else would be better to do it next other than the great and sadly late Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to the Mamba, man. Favorite player of all time. So today we are going to be ranking every single season of Kobe Bryant's career. Now, just a disclaimer, like with my last video, these rankings are not going to be based on just a regular NBA player. These are going to be based on Kobe Bryant standards. I'm gonna just throw out like a random year right now, 2005. Like 2005 is an A+ for a majority of NBA players in NBA history, but for Kobe Bryant, we know there's better, you know what I'm saying? But before we get going, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel, hosted by your boy B Souls. And when I say I am Russell from Up, I'm literally gonna show a picture of me when I was a baby on the screen right now, and a picture of Russell from Up. Like, I'm not kidding. I am either Russell from Up or the laughing emoji. And as promised 2 videos ago, I did tell y'all that I will let you guys choose the color of the windscreen on my mic, and this person on the screen right now chose purple. And also I thought it'd be fitting because we are doing a Kobe video today. Leave a like on the video if you like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But with that being said, let's get into this ranking video. Alright, without further ado, y'all see the screen right now. We got the tier maker website right here. I will leave a link in the description for it if y'all want to try it yourself. And let's just get into it, man. First year is obviously Kobe Bryant's rookie year, and a lot of people forget, or you know, it's just kind of overlooked, that when Kobe came into the league, he was not this all-star out the gate. As a matter of fact, if we look on Basketball Reference, his first year, he simply averaged 8 points a game and was primarily a bench player. And, you know, despite this year being obviously the birth of a legendary career, I'm gonna have to give it the lowest grade possible. I'm sorry. Also, I'm kind of like looking over my camera right now, so I don't even, yeah, it's a D. Next year, we got Kobe's second year. Now, this was the first year Kobe Bryant made the All-Star team. The guy was just 19 years old, and I'm honestly surprised he really did, because, man, 15 points a game, 3 assists, 3 rebounds on subpar efficiency. I honestly don't know how he made the All-Star team that year, but again, because we're judging this on Kobe seasons, and we know how high it can be, I would love to give it a C, but I'm gonna have to give it a D. I'm gonna have to give it a D. Now, 1999 was really the first season of Kobe Bryant's career where he was Kobe, you know what I'm saying? The second fiddle, or okay, he was a second fiddle to Shaq at this time, but this was the first year that I would say he was a bona fide star in the league. And that was primarily due to the Lakers having injuries to Eddie Jones and Glenn Rice, which allowed Kobe Bryant to be the second option to Shaquille O'Neal that season. And they had a really successful season, actually. And you know what? Let's go ahead and give Kobe a C for this one. Now, this might change depending on how the other seasons go, because I honestly don't know what a B season is right now. But for now, let's go and give Kobe Bryant a C. You know what I'm saying? 20 point per game season, an all-star. Cool. Now, 2000 was Kobe's first championship year, as we know. This was a year where Kobe was showing signs that he could not only just be a star in the league, but be a superstar. He was quickly becoming one of the best shot creators in the league, one of the best closers, and also one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. And this playoff run was really, you know, to me, the start of Kobe Bryant's real story. Like, when I think of Kobe Bryant, I just think rookie season, 1998 when he made the All-Star team, and then we just jumped straight to the 2000 season when the three-peat started. And when you look at his final stats, it does not look like Kobe Bryant played well at all, but keep in mind he did have an ankle injury in the series. And in Game 4, when the Pacers had a chance to tie the series up at home, Kobe Bryant played on that injured ankle. Shaquille O'Neal fouled out at the end of that game, and quite frankly, Kobe just carried them to a victory in overtime. And I think it's moments like that that kind of get lost when you look at pure statistics when it comes to Kobe's 2000 finals run. But with that being said, I don't want to ramble too much. Right now, I'm going to give the season a B. I'm going to give it a B. 2001, the Lakers are trying to repeat, and this was the first year Kobe Bryant was flat out just considered one of the best scorers in the league. Like, Kobe Bryant went from being a 20 to 22 point per game scorer to being a 28 point per game scorer, and we know how big of a leap that is. And I think at this point, it was clear that Kobe Bryant was a superstar in the league. It was clear. I just honestly laugh at the fact that people can say that Kobe was carried by Shaq when you look at the Western Conference Finals, the sweep against the San Antonio Spurs. And the man dropped 33 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds a game on 51% shooting from the field. And I don't know how you can look at that and say that Kobe was carried. I just don't. The man was 22 years old doing this. The Lakers went on to win their second championship in a row. Again, a really big moment in Kobe Bryant's career. Played really good in the playoffs, especially leading up to the finals. Did not win finals MVP, but again, another phenomenal season. So I'm going to give this one an A. I'm going to give this one an A. Go ahead and bloop. So now we get into 2002, and the Los Angeles Lakers are trying to three-peat, something that's extremely rare throughout NBA history. Looking at the statistics, you can see that the volume was not there from the year prior. He went from essentially being a 29-point per game scorer to being a 25. However, in the playoffs, it pretty much didn't matter. He had another dominant playoff run. Kobe was doing Kobe things. I mean, look at the second round against the San Antonio Spurs again. And again, the San Antonio Spurs were a really good team at that time, and the man was just cooking them, man. 26 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 46% shooting from the field. He shot a higher percentage from the field compared to Shaq, which is honestly crazy. Side note, 58% from the line is sus, but that's either near or there, man. And in the finals, he had another great series, probably his best series out of that first three-peat. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 50, 55, 81 splits. God damn, Kobe. I don't know how you can look at that and say Kobe was carried just because Shaq played better. Like, what? Imagine scoring 27 a game and people are saying that you're getting carried. Like, come on. And the Lakers ended up completing the three-peat, and for that, let's give it another A. I think it's on the same lines of the 2001 season. It's just, it went from a repeat to a three-peat. Now, Kobe's 2003 season, honestly one of the most underrated seasons of his career. Man averaged 30 points a game, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, career high in steals, had a career high in three-point percentage. Shaq also missed 15 games that season due to injuries, and Kobe played 82. And the man was just a flat-out beast this season. And when you look at the playoffs, man, Kobe didn't even play bad. If anything, he played amazing. When you look at the series that got eliminated in the second round, Kobe averaged 32 points a game on relatively good efficiency. The Lakers just ran into 2003 Tim Duncan, and 2003 Tim Duncan was just unstoppable. That's flat out what it was. And I'm honestly leaning towards putting the season as an A. And you know what? I'll put it as an A. I'll put it as an A for now. Now, 2004, trash. Basura. And again, when I say that, that is on Kobe levels, Kobe expectations, Kobe standards. Only averaged 24 points a game when we know he's capable of averaging more, and the efficiency just was not there. 44, 33, 85, and that's rounding up. And as we know, in the finals, he had one of the worst finals performances of all time. This was like 2011 LeBron before 2011 LeBron. They lost to an extremely underdog Detroit Pistons team, and this was the last year of the Shaq and Kobe era, and Kobe he didn't play good in that last year. So I'm gonna have to give this one a C, if I'm being honest. 2005, Shaq leaves the team. It is now Kobe's team, and Kobe did not have a healthy season once again, missed 16 games. Lakers finished 34-48, and again, while he put up regular season numbers that are Kobe-esque, there was just really honestly nothing special about this season. And for that, I'm gonna have to give it a C once again. Keep on forgetting to show y'all when I actually do it. C. There you go. Now, 2006 Kobe. GOAT status. I don't mean that literally, but as far as scoring goes, this season has a legitimate argument for being the greatest scoring season of all time. Now, obviously, I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but all I know is there's a legitimate argument for this season being in that conversation. Man averaged 35.4 points a game, 45, 35, 85 splits. Still had 5 assists, still had 5 rebounds a game, still had 2 steals a game. And if I remember correctly, he still finished with an all-defensive team this season. Yep, all-defensive first team. Scored 81 points in a game, second most in NBA history. And a fun thing to do with 06 is to literally look at Kobe's month-by-month splits this year, and it's ridiculous. Like, in January, man averaged 42 points a game on pretty much 50, 40, 90 splits. What? What? Had that memorable shot against Phoenix in the playoffs, although the way that series ended is, again, really not talked about enough, because although they were a 7 seed, the Lakers did have a 3-1 lead and they blew it. Which, the fact that they even had a... Never mind, but look at the numbers Kobe was putting up this series. Monster. Monster. So with that being said, I think that regular season was just too legendary for this not to be an S tier. I think this has to be his first S tier season. It has to be, despite the playoffs and how it ended. Now, 2007, honestly, despite him averaging 32 points a game, which is second most in his career, really a forgettable season, in my opinion. And it was just another year where Kobe was one of the best players in the league, put up the numbers, had the talent, but he wasn't really competing for anything special. But regardless, the numbers are there. So I'm gonna have to give this one a B. 2008, Kobe Bryant's first and only ever MVP season. And while obviously he's put up better numbers before, just how much Kobe developed in this season, how much growth we saw from Kobe from a mental perspective, from a leadership perspective, was honestly really commendable. And what people don't talk about enough is that the Lakers didn't have Pau Gasol going into the season. They got Pau Gasol at the trade deadline. And before they even got Pau Gasol, the Lakers were already on pace to have one of the best records in the Western Conference. And with Kobe having that help that he did, that was really impressive, especially for him to be on pace to do that before Pau Gasol came to the team. Averaged 28 points a game on really good efficiency, 5 assists, 6 rebounds on great defense, cooked teams in the Western Conference in the NBA playoffs, made it all the way to the NBA Finals, and did lose to the 2008 Boston Celtics. But man, this is Kobe's first MVP year, and again, he just showed a lot of growth and maturity this season. And for that, I'm gonna have to give it an S tier. Man. I feel confident in that. 2009, this should be a no-brainer. This is an S tier season. Kobe's first championship without Shaquille O'Neal, led the Lakers to 65 wins in the Western Conference, cooked the Western Conference in the playoffs, and this season everything was just hitting right. Everything was just hitting right for the Los Angeles Lakers, and Kobe was able to bring number 15 home. So let's go ahead and give this an S tier. 2010, another obvious S tier season. Kobe Bryant in this stretch was really making a case for being in that upper echelon of all-time greats, because he already had the 3 rings from earlier in his career, but on top of that, he was building on that, putting up great numbers, getting an MVP, and it was just crazy to see. And Kobe Bryant this season captured his 5th NBA championship, and as we know, won Finals MVP, went to 7 games against the legendary Boston Celtics, and this is a clear S tier. Clear S tier. Now, 2011, pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointing, if I do say so myself. It just seemed like a filler Kobe year, if I'm being honest. Like, the Lakers were still good, but the clear storyline this season was obviously LeBron James going to Miami and Derrick Rose's season. And it was just clear that there was this shift going on from the KG, Paul Pierce, Kobe, Pau Gasol era to this KD, LeBron, Derrick Rose, Chris Paul led type of era. They made it to the NBA playoffs as usual, but Kobe Bryant did underperform against the Dallas Mavericks. Again, not talked about enough. If we look at the series, the Los Angeles Lakers got swept. They got flat out swept. Kobe only averaged 23 points a game on 46% shooting, cool. But when you shoot 5 of 22 from the 3-point line and you only have 2.5 assists, especially for Kobe standards, I would say he underperformed. Like in the final game, Kobe had 17 points and shot 39% from the field, 0-5 from 3. Like 1 assist with 5 turnovers. Like, you underperformed, Kobe. I'm sorry. But again, another average Kobe season, just nothing really special. I'm gonna give it a C. I'm gonna have to give it a C. Now, 2012, honestly, another pretty similar season to 2011. Kobe obviously put up the volume numbers in the regular season, but his efficiency was honestly really bad this season. Shot 43% from the field, 30% from 3. When you get into the NBA playoffs, again, this was a year where I can truly say Kobe was inefficient from the field, because in the elimination series, or the series where they got eliminated, they faced the Oklahoma City Thunder. In this series, Kobe averaged 31 points a game. Cool. Again, it's not an easy thing to do, but when you shoot 43% from the field and shoot 11% from 3 and shoot 2 of 18, and you get flat out outplayed by a 23-year-old Kevin Durant. Dom2K actually posted a tweet on Twitter talking about how Kevin Durant might have been better than Kobe Bryant in 2012, and looking back, I honestly agree. I really don't think there's an argument for Kobe being better than KD that season. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this one a C. That's tough. Now, 2013 Kobe is my favorite Kobe of all time, just me personally, because I saw what he did that second half of the season, and I was just in awe every single game. It was insane. You know what Dame was doing for the Blazers leading up to the play-in game? That was Kobe for like 20 games. It was just phenomenal to see, and I just remember when he got injured against the Warriors. I literally remember tearing up when that happened. I'm honestly low-key tearing up right now, but you know what I'm saying? We gotta keep the show going. And this was just the last true Kobe year, and although it didn't end the way we wanted to, honestly, as a season as a whole, the Lakers did underperform, but I would say Kobe went out with a bang. He went out with a bang. And I'm gonna have to give this one an A. But me personally, this is my favorite Kobe of all time. In 2014 and on, obviously, that's when the injuries just started to pile up. The age started to show. He was just a shell of himself while honestly still putting up the volume. It was honestly sad to see at some points, just to see Kobe on the court with so much ice on him. It was a tough scene. It was a tough scene, especially for a basketball legend like him, man. You could just see the wear and tear on his body throughout the years, just looking at him. I'm gonna have to give this one a D, but it's all love, it's all respect. But there you have it, man. The Kobe Bryant ranking of every season in his career. We got 4 S-tier seasons, we got 4 A-tier seasons, we got 2 Bs, we got 5 Cs, which is tough. That's honestly more than I expected. And his first 2 years in the league as a D season, with the last couple years of his career being a D season as well. Once again, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, man. You weren't missed every single day, man. Like, on some real shit, there is not a day where I don't think about Kobe. Like, it is crazy. Like, as weird as that sounds, he's just a person that just like really motivates me, and I think of his quotes all the time. I remember a period in my life where I would deadass watch 10 Kobe mixtape videos all day on repeat. I remember at a point I deadass downloaded 4 of those mixes onto my phone offline so that I can literally go to the park, play basketball, and when I wanted to take a break, I would watch those downloaded mixes and just study Kobe's game, from every move he made to his mannerisms to how he shot, like literally everything. Like Kobe's the reason why I love the game that is basketball. So shout out to Kobe. Leave a like on this video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what color y'all want to see for the next video. But man, rest in peace, Kobe. I'm out.